Hello everybody, Dragon47 here. How is it going with all of you today? So, in this episode, I actually really wanted to talk about one of my personal favorite events that happen once a year, every year in Pokemon Go. I know a lot of people tend to not like these types of events, especially when it comes to costume Pokemon, because, well, a lot of the costumes are niche or are uninteresting, or they're on Pokemon that nobody really care about. But I personally have a soft spot for these types of events because in all reality, they usually provide pretty good Pokemon at the time of the event that comes out. And sometimes a few of the Pokemon on here for the event are kind of tough to get. Like Marini, you usually can only get in like PvP rewards, or you can really get from eggs, and you can't get a good PvP IV Marini realistically through that way. So having events like this, which we'll get into in a minute, that spawn Pokemon like that, are super duper helpful because it gives you the chance to actually catch those mons in PvP IV aspect, or at least it gives you a chance for one. And in this video, I wanted to talk about a bunch of the mons that I see that have good PvP potential or are in general really good, and why you should go catch them. So without further ado, let's get right on into it. So, Fashion Week for 2023 is going to go from November 15th, 2023, from 10 a.m. to Sunday, November 19th at 2023 at 8 p.m. local time. Pokemon debuts. So these are the newer Pokemon right here that have the new costumes and stuff. And I think all three of them are immediate catches. In my personal opinion, these three are amazing. And I'll get to the reason why here in a moment. The event bonuses include select avatar items will be on sale during Fashion Week for those of you who are trying to collect those. 2 times cash candy for Pokemon. Increased chance for Candy XL for level 31 and up. This is pretty big, mainly for... it's kind of big for raiding Dragonite, but for a few of the other Pokemon that are going to be out here, it's kind of nice too. But a lot of them don't really need a whole lot of XLs, so it's kind of, whatever. There will be a $2 paid timer search, and let's get into the wild encounters. So out of these wild encounters, there are a few that stick out to me almost immediately. The first one being the Wooper with a beanie. This Pokemon right here is definitely going to be one that you guys are going to want to catch if you haven't already gotten a PvP one from the community day. I know I missed it because I was out hunting with the family or whatever, and I completely missed the event. So I will probably be trying to look for one of these PvP IVs, and then I will hold on to it and evolve it on the community day, because if you do, you can get a cool, unique costumed Wooper with the elite move Aqua Tail on that day, and not a whole lot of people will have that. So that would be a really cool thing to have. It's a super cool Pokemon. Would love to catch this as a shiny, because it's Gangsta Quagsire. Another really good one out the gate that I'm seeing is Frillish. Frillish is surprisingly good in the Great League, and it's even better in the Ultra League. This Pokemon has a lot of potential, incredibly strong. I know for some reason they made the male one hard to get or something like that. Like it's a harder one to see or catch for some reason. Male, female, doesn't matter. Both forms of Frillish are good. I highly suggest you catch them. Try to get 2, one for the Ultra League and one for the Great League. The next one I want to talk about definitely is Marini, like I said before. So this one right here, you usually can only get in PvP rewards or in eggs. This Pokemon is a bulk monster. It is a tank. It eats hits. And it was a top Pokemon to use in the Halloween Cup last year. And it was a solid Pokemon in the Halloween Cup the year prior. Just in general, this thing is very bulky. And if Poison ever comes into meta, you are definitely going to want to have one of these around. So don't go lounging around. Go get that, because finding PvP IVs is going to be difficult. The next one is Krogunk. So Krogunk with a baseball hat. I love the evolution where the horn just peeks out from the hat. It's absolutely hilarious. This is super duper cool as well. Just the green frog with the hat. It looks incredibly nice. This thing is good in both leagues. It's good in Ultra League and in Great League. This thing demolished the Halloween Cup this recent year, and it's actually an incredibly strong Pokemon for the Ultra League as well. Just another solid counter user. He's been around for a while. There's not too much to cover on the topic here, but if you don't already have a PvP IV Krogunk, why not look for one that could also double with a costume and make it look good at the same time, right? Another notable Pokemon that isn't really good for PvP, but is, kind of worth the effort catching, sort of in a sense. ABSOL. ABSOL is worth actually going out and catching because he is a Mega, and I like to at least have one Mega of every kind to complete that Mega Dex, right? The XLs will be nice because you don't see this Pokemon come around super duper often, and he is bestest boy. He wears the shades, and he is my personal favorite Pokemon. Obviously, the best Pokemon in this entire event, hands down, just the Giga Chad. There's nothing better than this. Always catch this. Always catch this. There's the male Frillish that I was talking about. That's another really good ad. If you don't have them already, you can get all these Pokemon with shinies. The Pikachu with the Summer Flare hat. I don't actually have one of those, so I'll maybe catch one, but I won't go diehard hunting into it. The new shiny release is this one right here, Gothita. I personally won't be hunting this shiny, as its shiny is honestly, in my opinion, incredibly mid. I know that there's probably some person out there who has this as their favorite Pokemon, and good for you. You're getting your shiny. Congrats. Go out, have fun. Catch as many of those shinies and as many of those Gothitas as you can. But I personally will not be hunting that shiny quite as much as I will be hunting the Marinis. I need a Frillish for Ultra League and the Krogunk for sure. Raids. So for the raids, the only good ones that I see is like the Sneasel, because I don't have this Sneasel yet, and getting this as a shiny would look really, really nice. And, I mean, you could get the Wooper or Diglett or Furfrou. Honestly, a lot of the 1-star raids just don't have a whole lot of value behind them. As of 3-star raids, the 3 you're going to want to look at the most for sure are in this category right here, involving Dragonite, Kirlia, and Absol. The reason why is because, once again, Absol has a Mega, so you could use that as a Mega Dark type in the future if they ever give me the Mega back. Please put the Mega back, Niantic. I need a Mega Absol to finish my Mega Dex. Also, you could go for a Dragonite, which is a super powerful Pokemon in the Master League. Definitely worth taking the time to raid this boy. I know I'll be raiding quite a few, and having the green bow tie shiny Dragonite would look really, really sick. Looks really, really cool. And Kirlia, we can't exactly evolve this into Gardevoir yet. I'm really hoping that we're able to in the near future, but it is worth raiding because you could get the candies. It has a really nice shiny, and, well, honestly, with the double XLs, it really isn't the worst thing to do because, you need those XLs to max out your Mega Gardevoir. You could go for the Butterfree, but there's not a whole lot of use for Butterfree. Eggs. Exclusive eggs are going to contain Gothita, Shinx wearing a fashionable costume, Wooper, Pichu, and Smoochum. If you're really after this Pichu to go with your Pikachu set, by all means, grab these eggs. If you don't have Smoochum into your decks yet, definitely go get this egg so you can unlock Smoochum. Honestly, I'm not going to be collecting too many of these eggs. I'll probably collect a few just so I can try to get a Pichu with a Summer Flare hat, and maybe a Smoochum with a bow tie, because I don't actually own any of those. But once I have one of each, I probably won't go super hard into them. Wooper is cool and all, but he'll be out in the wild. Gothita will be in the wild, and Shinx will be out in the wild, and in Go Rocket Grunts. We'll talk about that in a minute. Field research encounters. Doing the ranger stuff will allow you to unlock these types of Pokemon in the things, which include Butterfree wearing a costume, Diglett, Wooper, Kirlia, Shinx, and Blitzel wearing that neat little collar down there. I don't know if you guys could see it or not. It's a very niche costume. But yeah, that's definitely a thing you could do. Collection challenge. If you complete the collection challenge, you get an encounter with Dragonite for free, so don't forget to look for that, and it can be shiny. There are some new avatar items that involve some new costumes. Gothita, the Psychic Green Blob, and the Denim's kind of nice. I kind of like the Denim. Pokestop showcases, you can get different ones probably during each day or each week. You can enter a Gothita or a Marini. I definitely will be trying to get this because I'm trying to get that Plat Metal, so if you're a Plat Metal hunter, definitely go out and do that. For party play, you can actually wear your favorite avatar outfits while in a party. I don't really have a lot of people to play with a party mechanic with, but if there is actual benefit or actual good in it, let me know. I'd be more than curious to know. And the reason why I love Costume Week so much is because you get to collect all these unique Pokemon that's a bit different. You have better shiny odds than normal, and it's honestly just really cool to see some of these. So here's like the Shinx and the bowler hat. I've thought about naming this one Heisenberg. This is actually the costume Blitzel. Believe it or not, this is my first ever Nundo that I had ever caught. Can I get the... Thank you. Yeah, this is my first ever Nundo, and I caught it on the Fashion Week, so I was very excited to see this one. Definitely worth going out and catching. This is what the Butterfree looks like. The bow tie kind of just blends in with the wings, so it's kind of hard to see. Some of the cooler shinies are like this Butterfree, include this Curlia that I already caught, the Top Hat Diglett, Sir Wiglet. I did not get an Absol shiny, which is kind of unfortunate. So I will be hunting that as well, as Absol, like I said, is my favorite Pokemon, and he is bestest boy. We also have this lovely... Whoops. We also have this lovely Shinx here, and if you catch a Shinx from the Team Go Rocket Grunt, last year you were able to catch this thing as a shadow. I'm still waiting for Niantic to allow me to evolve this thing so I can use it in Electrical Cup with a Luxray and a bowler hat. Please give me that. I think everybody would be happier if we could have a Luxray and a bowler hat, to be perfectly honest. But yeah, definitely be catching those Toxicroaks, definitely be catching those Toxapex, or Marini's 4 Toxapex, and definitely be catching if you don't already have one. And if you don't manage to play this week, that's fine, because like I said, we have all the community days coming back on December the 16th to the 17th for all of the community day Pokemon that we have already had within the previous year. And with that and everything said and done, I'm just gonna say adios, and I hope you guys have a brilliant Fashion Week, just like I am. And I know I'll be celebrating my Fashion Week by trying to get a few of these collection challenges done, as I have just hit level 40 for the first time, and I'll be walking around with my buddy Squirtle, which is actually the first Pokemon I've ever caught. I still have it, yes. So without further ado, I'll see you guys in the next video. Have a great time and a great day. Enjoy your Fashion Week, and look stylish while you catch those Pokemon. See ya.